Have you ever felt the sting of being misunderstood, cast aside, or left alone? What if I told you that this very pain, the loneliness you dread, is not your enemy, but your greatest ally? History's greatest minds, from Nietzsche to Tesla, endured solitude not as a punishment, but as the birthplace of their power. Today I'm going to shatter the lies you've been told about loneliness and reveal how it can transform you into someone unstoppable. By the end of this video, you'll never see solitude the same way again. Let's begin. Section 1. The Philosophical Perspective on Loneliness, 031 to 500. Nietzsche's philosophy challenges the way we see loneliness. In his eyes, solitude is not emptiness. It is a crucible where the soul transforms away from the noise of the crowd. He said, "The individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe. This struggle is not a weakness. It is proof of your individuality. When you're alone, you're free from the expectations and judgments of others. You're not just isolating yourself. You're reclaiming your power. Solitude offers a rare opportunity to listen to your own thoughts and discover who you are beyond the influence of society." For Nietzsche, loneliness was not about losing connections, it was about connecting with your true self. In our modern world, this perspective is more relevant than ever. We are constantly bombarded with messages, notifications, and demands for our attention. Social media creates an illusion of connection, but in reality, it often leaves us feeling more isolated and less sure of ourselves. Nietzsche's wisdom reminds us that stepping away from this chaos is not avoidance, but a necessary act of self-preservation. Nietzsche's concept of the Übermensch, or Overman, hinges on the idea of self-overcoming. To rise above mediocrity, one must first break free from the crowd's expectations. This requires solitude, not as a retreat, but as an act of courage. It is in this silence that you find the strength to shape your values, forge your destiny, and transcend the limitations imposed by others. Think about it. How often do you hear your own voice amidst the clamor of opinions and expectations? Loneliness provides a rare clarity, an unfiltered connection to your inner self. It's in these moments of silence that you truly understand what drives you, what you fear, and what you aspire to become. This is not an act of isolation, but of elevation. Section 2. The Gift of Solitude. So why does Nietzsche see loneliness as a gift? Because it forces you to confront your inner world. In a world obsessed with distractions, silence can feel unsettling, even painful. But it's in this discomfort that growth happens. Nietzsche called it the path of the Overman, the journey from mediocrity to mastery. Without the noise of the world, you begin to hear the whispers of your potential. Solitude strips away the masks you wear to please others and leaves you with the raw, unfiltered version of yourself. It's in this space of vulnerability and authenticity that true strength is born. Consider the lives of great thinkers, artists, and innovators. Their most profound breakthroughs often came in moments of solitude. Beethoven composed masterpieces in isolation, and Nikola Tesla envisioned groundbreaking inventions in his moments of quiet introspection. Solitude is not just a retreat, it's a workshop where ideas are forged and dreams take shape. Even outside the realm of intellectuals, solitude offers gifts. Athletes and performers often emphasize the importance of mental focus, achieved through solitude, before they step onto their stage. By removing external noise, they center themselves and channel their energy into peak performance. Solitude, therefore, is not exclusive to philosophers. It is a tool for anyone seeking excellence. Solitude also teaches you resilience. When you learn to stand on your own, you develop a strength that cannot be taken away. This self-reliance becomes the foundation for every achievement you pursue. Nietzsche believed that those who embrace their solitude are not running away from the world, they are preparing to reshape it. Section 3. How society misunderstands loneliness. Society often labels loneliness as a failure. It's seen as something to escape, something to fix. But Nietzsche flips this narrative. He argued that loneliness is not a sign of weakness, it is the cost of self-discovery. The world fears what it cannot control, and a person comfortable with their solitude is beyond manipulation. Loneliness is misunderstood because it's rare to find someone willing to face themselves. Most people cling to the crowd because it's easier to lose yourself in noise than to face the silence. But the crowd will never make you stronger. Only solitude can do that. Think about how society glorifies constant interaction. From childhood, we are taught that being alone is undesirable. Group activities, teamwork, and social gatherings are emphasized, while solitary pursuits are often seen as signs of withdrawal or antisocial behavior. But Nietzsche's philosophy teaches us that true individuality can only emerge when we step away from the collective and embrace our solitude. Social dynamics often trap us into believing that solitude equals rejection, but this is a lie perpetuated by those who fear standing alone. The truth is, the ability to be comfortable with loneliness is a hallmark of true strength. Nietzsche reminds us that solitude is not isolation, it's liberation. Furthermore, society's emphasis on constant connectivity often distracts us from meaningful connections with ourselves. In solitude, you learn to value your time and energy, prioritizing what truly matters. This shift not only enriches your personal life, but also deepens your relationships with others. Those who understand the value of your time will respect your boundaries, while those who don't will naturally fall away. Section 4. The practical power of loneliness. Loneliness is not just a philosophical concept, it's a tool you can use to transform your life. Take time to step back from the world, not as an escape, but as a strategy. Use your solitude to sharpen your mind, to cultivate your skills, and to dream bigger than the world thinks possible. In loneliness, you'll find clarity. You'll stop living for others and start living for yourself. It's in these quiet moments that you'll discover what truly matters to you, free from the distractions of the outside world. One way to harness the power of solitude is through deliberate reflection. Keep a journal, meditate, or take long walks without your phone. Let your mind wander and explore the thoughts you often push aside. You'll be surprised by the insights and ideas that surface when you're not trying to impress anyone or meet external expectations. Solitude can also act as a filter for your relationships. When you're comfortable being alone, you're less likely to tolerate toxic or superficial connections. You'll attract people who respect your independence and value your depth, creating bonds that are more meaningful and fulfilling. Additionally, solitude fosters creativity. It's in the moments of quiet that your mind can explore uncharted territory. The greatest works of art, literature, and innovation often stem from periods of intense solitude. By embracing loneliness, you're not just retreating, you're building something extraordinary. Section 5. Solitude as a path to greatness. History is full of examples of individuals who turned loneliness into greatness. Friedrich Nietzsche himself spent much of his life in isolation, yet his works continue to inspire millions. Virginia Woolf once said, "A room of one's own is essential for creative work." And even modern entrepreneurs like Elon Musk emphasize the importance of uninterrupted time to think deeply and solve complex problems. Loneliness also builds resilience. When you learn to thrive on your own, you become less reliant on the approval and validation of others. This self-reliance is not just liberating, it's empowering. You realize that your worth is not defined by external factors, but by your inner strength and creativity. Moreover, solitude is a training ground for visionaries. It is in the quiet moments that leaders envision the future, artists capture the intangible, and thinkers unravel the mysteries of existence. Solitude gives you the space to innovate, to experiment, and to grow beyond the boundaries of convention. Closing. Loneliness is not a void, it is a canvas, and you are the artist. Nietzsche teaches us that the time we spend alone is not wasted, but sacred. A chance to create, to grow, and to rise. So, the next time you find yourself alone, don't run from it, embrace it. Because in loneliness, you're not losing something, you're finding everything. Now tell me, how will you use your solitude to create greatness? Let me know in the comments. And if this resonated with you, make sure to subscribe for more insights into the power of philosophy in everyday life. Remember, your loneliness is not your weakness, it is your strength. It is your sanctuary, your forge, and your path to becoming the best version of yourself.